Okay, so I have not uploaded in a while. The YouTube gods won't be pleased. I haven't been sitting around doing nothing. I plan on making more videos on extensive topics like, I guess I play tabla now. Yep, I'm not gonna be able to carry a full video with that one, but we can do other videos. What else is there? The answer to the age-old question, does pulling frets off of a bass turn it into a fretless bass? Results? Inconclusive. And I don't know how practical a solution this would be over, just buying a fretless bass, which you could do. So yeah, pretty terrible video ideas, admittedly. But that's why I bought this green screen. Now I can take footage I record and replace it with videos people actually want to watch. Yeah, that's pretty neat. What else can I do with a green screen? Can I get bogged down in an overly ambitious project that takes months to finish and even more time off of my life due to burnout and stress? Sure can. Let's talk about it. The making of the Dolphin Rape Cave video production. So the last video goes gangbusters by my standards. I'm like, how can I top it? I'm at the pet store with my sister 5 minutes before close, and I spy some fish glowing under a black light. With the green screen, I could just place myself right into the aquarium. I was thinking a project and scope with the size and workload of something like the Humans Are Dumb video, only, with some extra green screen work on top. No big deal, just record all the instruments like I usually do, only in front of a green screen, and do little skits here and there, maybe dance around in a dolphin costume, and that'd be enough to top the James Mills video. Simple, practical, very minimal special effects added in post. My sister made an ocean scene out of balloons. It was pretty cool, and some underwater prom wave-like decorum. My friend who did the props and co-directed for the James Mills video constructed this crazy fish line contraption that simulates swimming fish with cardboard cutouts. My only contribution to the practical effects was getting everyone to throw hundreds of balloons in front of the camera, and we'd flip that footage upside down and it would simulate underwater bubbles. And one of my friends helping me toss the bubbles tipped me off about a scuba suit I could borrow from his grandpa for free, so I had it all figured out. I'd record vocals in the scuba suit, record guitar in this dolphin suit, record bass in this dolphin mask, and I'd already recorded live drum footage when I recorded drums for the James Mills video back in June. I had to go back to the fish store because the little 20-second test shots me and my sister got as it was closing was not long enough to act as anything more than a proof of concept. So I needed to get really long, interesting still shots before getting kicked out or contracting COVID or before my insanely shitty battery in my phone just died. I just needed 4 or 5 little aquarium set pieces. I hit up about 3 different pet shops. 2 were just corporate-ass PetSmart-esque stores. One was a local exotic animal shop. They even had an alligator for sale, but it was a bitch to film there. None of the footage ended up being usable. So, after 3 days of trying to get decent footage from these aquariums, which is the most time I've spent out in public in the last 2 years, I still didn't have the 5 set pieces I needed to place each musician copy of myself into. The footage was basically unusable. The little footage I did have, you could tell it looped. The project was starting to look like a wash. The only way I could possibly save it is with storyboarding. Now, I was pretty worried that I wasn't going to be able to come up with any decent gags, but once I got rolling, I started worrying that I wasn't going to be able to find anybody who'd be willing to do the absurd things that were flowing out of my head. I ended up with about 21 pages of storyboard, almost none of it being the jam footage I initially imagined. I went from being 2 weeks away from a finished video to being 2 months away if I'm lucky. It went from being slightly more ambitious than any previous music video to being more ambitious than any previous video I've ever done, including episodes of Joe on the Inside. I've learned a lot from animating Joe over the years, and one thing I learned is that storyboards are a Bible. You follow its every word unless it's super inconvenient to. Then you just do whatever the fuck you want. Like, this sequence requires some outside shots, and we're going to use the Great Lakes to simulate the open ocean. So we're just going to ignore that completely and not do it. Fuck it, we'll just do whatever we want. It's just like the Bible. Now the storyboard's brought to life. Each one of these little 5-second shots pretty much took a full day's worth of work to do, and I am hella burnt out on this project. So wrapping it all up, as you can see, this project sort of took on a life of its own. Hoping it should only take another month to a month and a half to finish. In the meantime, I want to get some less ambitious videos out leading up to the release of this project, but I'm already hella burnt out, so we'll see. I'm tired, and I'm like, I just wish I was done with this. But here's a little sneak peek. Hopefully it will hold people over till whenever the hell my next release is. Ciao.